Hello, MMA fans. It's Tudor Leonte from Sherdog here, and today I have the pleasure to talk with Mr. Johnny Case. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be on and talk with you as well.
Um, where are you right now, and what were you doing before we start chatting?
So I actually just got back to Iowa. So both my little boys wrestle, and the state tournament's coming up. So I just had to come back and work with them a little bit, and they got a tournament this weekend. So yeah, I'm just back in Iowa and kind of enjoying being a dad. And kind of I've been training too. So I just been in Vegas for the last month and a half training. So yeah, just a quick trip back to Iowa and reset, see the boys, and then back to work and ready to get this season underway.
It's been a while since MMA fans saw you competing in a fight. The last time you fought was in December 2019. I have to ask you here, what have you done in the meanwhile?
I've just been training, man. Honestly, just training and being a dad. So, the hardest thing about what I do is as a fighter is being away from my family. You know what I mean? Like, there's no good gyms in Iowa to train at to where you can fight on the world level. And Vegas is so far away. So, one thing that's been really nice to come out of this whole COVID thing and not fighting for a year is I've spent more time back home with my family since I started fighting professionally. So that's been kind of a blessing in disguise as far as not being able to fight and stuff. So yeah, I just been living life and getting happy and yeah, living, man.
That night, you were competing in the Rising lightweight tournament. What did surprise you about Tawfiq Musaev? When you clashed with him.
Nothing really surprised me. I knew he was a good fighter. I mean, I knew he was a tough fighter. I knew he could strike, he could grapple, he could do it all. So 2 weeks before that fight, not a lot of people know this, but I got knocked out in practice where I was just drilling with a kid and he threw a knee and hit me right in the temple and ended up knocking me out. And then like 30 minutes later, I was at home and all of a sudden like some pink fluid started running out of my face and I didn't know what it was. And then I ended up going to the emergency room. And my girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, you need to go, this is serious. And ended up telling me I had a CSF leak, which is like brain fluid that comes out of your fucking, yeah. And so that was kind of and that was 2 weeks before the fight, and then I obviously took that punch in the fight and, didn't really have much of an answer. So I'm not saying that has anything to do with it. Tawfiq's a world-class fighter, but definitely didn't help my chin any.
How has the whole COVID-19 situation impacted your life and your training schedule?
Training really didn't change much. I mean? We kind of had to get a little more creative in the initial lockdown, training in parks and garage gyms and such like that. But the most of the way that's impacted me is, I've had to take a year off from my career. I mean, I had such a great year with Ryzen, making it all the way to that Grand Prix final, semifinals. And I felt like I really made a lot of strides as a professional fighter, my last year with Ryzen. So, having to take a year off and not fight and kind of let off the gas when, I was just feeling like I was just coming into my own as a fighter. So that's definitely been the hardest part.
I know that some fighters have, for example, fought in boxing. Some others have fought in some other organization waiting for the new season. I would like to ask you, what have you done, in order to pay your bills and, being a fighter and not being able to fight, it's hard. I can guess it's really hard,
It's been tough. Luckily I was fortunate enough, like I was able to live off my savings this year, you know what I mean? But like, it's not ideal, but I was lucky in those regards. There's so many people that, had nothing, and they had to make the most of it. So that on top, I was coaching as well at a gym in Vegas that just opened up, and then COVID, as a result, they shut the gym down, and I lost that income as well. So it's been tough, man. Just a lot of just getting by and the bare minimums, but that's good though. I mean, like, the worst thing that can happen to a fighter is to be financially comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, case in point, look at McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, before McGregor made all that money fighting Mayweather, McGregor was the real deal. I feel like now it's a little harder to get up and go get punched in the face when you got money in the bank. So
Yeah. I can agree. I can see your point, sir. What's the main reason behind your signing with PFL?
Honestly, because they were just so awesome to me. For the Ray Cepho, he's coach at my gym. And just from the get-go, like, it feels like when I got out of the UFC, it felt like I was blacklisted. Like, I couldn't find fights anywhere. Nobody would want to fight me for the next to no money. So Ray gave me a shot. He gave me, not only to give me a shot, but we made some good money that year. And he didn't have to take a chance, but he did. And just all the guys at PFL are just such great people. You know what I mean? And I was originally supposed to. The plan was, after the 2018 season, I was going to fight in the 2019 season. But since I had such a layoff between leaving the UFC and then not being able to find fights anywhere, I decided to take a last minute fight, like a 2-week notice fight for Ryzen. And then I beat Yachi, who is like one of their up and coming guys. And I finished that fight, and they decided they wanted to keep me around and gave me a contract. So that's why I ended up going with Ryzen instead of PFL for 2019.
But you already fought once in the PFL, right? In 2018, when you fought to a majority draw with Mr. Nathan Schultz.
Nathan, yes, the draw on the PFL season, yeah. So I was actually a dark horse to get in that tournament because I believe Brian Foster is who it was. He was in the playoffs, and they ended up not passing a physical screening or something like that. He had some issues going on with his brain and stuff, aneurysm, I think, maybe, I don't know, really recall, but because of that, he couldn't fight, and so they had a last minute, or a pigtail fight between me and Jason High. Jason High missed weight by like 6 pounds, so I automatically advanced. And not only did Ray pay my show money, but he paid my win money too. He paid me double. He's like, dude, you won the fight, you advanced. Like, here's all your money. So that really, I really respected that. You know what I mean? Like, just a good dude.
And right now, what do you expect from your PFL adventure?
Man, I'm excited. I've been hearing about all these fighters that are getting signed. Pettis is getting signed. Pettis is there. Nathan is there. So, dude, like, I'm looking at this roster lineup, and I don't even know the full roster yet, but just the names I've seen, it's freaking exciting, man. And I'm ready to get back in there, and I'm ready to show the world, like, a new 2.0 Johnny Case. So I've just been getting better everywhere. My cage wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my striking. Just, you're gonna see a different animal.
Is there anyone in particular you would like to face?
I would obviously, I want to get that rematch back with Nathan, and hopefully we can do a 3-round, possibly 5-round in the main, but it'd be nice to get that draw into a W, for sure. Also Pettis, what a legend of the sport. What a freaking honor that would be to fight, such a warrior like that. So that'd be a great fight to look forward to. So, man, there's so many ways that this season could play out, and not really any bad ways, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what the year brings.
What's your message for the rest of the division?
Man, let's train hard. Let's show up and put on a show for these fans. You know what I mean? Like, most of us haven't fought in a year. You know what I mean? Like, so you should be eager to get out there and fucking put on some fights for the fans. And I just hope you guys bring it, because you better guarantee I'm gonna bring it.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would like to add?
I don't think so, brother. I think that pretty much covers it. That was a pretty good array of questions. Oh, tomorrow is when they release the roster, right? So we'll know by then. Hopefully, we'll have some matchup talks by the end of the week.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. I really wish you good luck with your upcoming projects and your upcoming fights. And hopefully, I will hear again from you in the future. And best of luck for everything.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time, brother. Thank you so much.
Have a nice one. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.